the trans person is really empathetic, therefore feminine.
Not really, no. There's no correlation there.
Empathetic is a
Empathy
feminine
is not
quality.
a feminine trait, no.
It absolutely is.
Absolutely not,
You
no.
get a group of men together.
No. There is no difference.
You don't know exactly. The football team is not Karen.
Empathy is one of the most masculine traits imaginable.
Okay, look,
that's what brings about
man,
change.
All right, okay, so you're wrong. So
how am I wrong? Because you're pandering to a specific crowd? All of a sudden, my point isn't valid?
Here we go again. Another Charlie Kirk episode. Charlie Kirk reacts pro trans with leftists. Yeah, Charlie Kirk reacts pro trans with leftists. So without further ado, guys, let's check the video out.
That's Charlie. Oh, my bad. I didn't realize that. That's Charlie. My name is Joe Gonzalez.
Hold the microphone.
First of all, I want to thank you for taking the time to answer not only my question, but to those that came before me and those that will come after me. My question is very relevant to the previous questions I have been asked with respect to what gender and sex is. You've placed an emphasis on the roles of men and women, so I must ask, what do you consider masculinity to be?
Boy, how much time you got? The masculine characteristic inherently favors the unknown, single-minded, willing to challenge for the greater good. The masculine is the one that is less likely to nurture, but more likely to protect. The masculine is necessary, but without the feminine, you get an autocrat. A country best balanced is the best mixture of the feminine and the masculine. The feminine, you might ask, what is the feminine? More likely to listen. Never doubt a woman's intuition. I know when my wife says something, I listen very carefully. But if there's a bully, a tyrant, a problem, I don't expect her to go solve it. That's my job.
Yeah, that's
and I'm going to do it. Men and women are made for each other. They need each other. Does that answer your question?
Now, I ask this because I want to follow through with another point.
Okay.
In high school, I knew a man who took care of students who struggled, whether it be from broken homes, mental illness, or other issues. He spoke with us with an empathy, that was not given to many of us by others who were told to protect us and to give us the guidance that we needed, which in your case, when you speak of counselors, you'd be right. Now, that man has been an inspiring figure to me, and I call him a man because he's a transgender woman.
Okay.
Under your definition.
Okay, I wasn't expecting
so does that make him less of a man? Does the character he's displayed not only as a teacher, but as a veteran,
well, look,
does that reduce his masculinity?
That's awfully hypothetical because I don't know this person, but you're kind of proving my point. You said that the trans person is really empathetic.
That's true.
Not really, no. There's no correlation there.
Empathetic is a
Empathy is not
quality.
a feminine trait.
It
no.
absolutely is.
Absolutely not.
You get a group of men together.
No. There is no difference.
You don't know exactly. The football team is not Karen.
Empathy is one of the most masculine traits imaginable.
Okay, look,
that's what brings about change.
All right, okay, so you're wrong. So
how am I wrong? Because you're pandering to a specific crowd? All of a sudden, my point isn't valid?
Look, again, you're playing the machismo card. I'm not.
Machismo, yes.
Yeah. So
because you're the one who's placed such a value on the role of men. You're the one.
Let me finish the point.
Go
slow down. You're at like a 10. You got to be at like a 3. All right? There's one person getting.
Relax, bro.
Here, you get a bunch of men together, a hunting club, a football club, any sort of group of men. They're not sharing feelings, and they're not talking about like deep sort of thing. You know, you get women together. What do? Book club. Right? Not exactly like hunting and fishing. There's reasons for this. God designed us differently. You don't have to overthink it. Now, can certain men be more feminine than others? Of course. Can certain men have more of kind of an inclination towards empathy? Obviously. Can men have zero empathy? No. But there's a hardwiring. There's circuitry. There's a DNA in us. And the Bible speaks to this. Experience speaks to this. And quite honestly, just look around. It speaks to you. There's different needs, wants, and interests all around you. So you asked a hypothetical question, but does it make the person less of a man, even though I'm not going to answer the hypothetical, but I will say this. The rejection of the patently obvious masculine and feminine traits that have built all of society and the humility it takes to say, I don't have patience as a man like women do. Guess what? Every man should have the courage to say that. I don't. I lose patience easily. I look at women, they have the patience to listen and all of this. It's not the way I'm wired. I want to go through walls. I want to take care of problems. Guess what? That's masculine energy. If it's not properly harnessed, you could invade Ukraine. Like, that's basically what ends up happening, right? And we see that on full display. So thank you for your question. I want to get to other questions here tonight. So thank you.
Yeah, that's actually right. I mean, masculine energy is definitely different compared to feminine level of energy. I mean, you always know. You just always know it. It's not something like can be hidden for a very long time. Then it's just always there. So no dispute. I like the great. I actually like the guy is calm, not so aggressive. I mean, he's taking in some knowledge as well. Actually, like he came up with the first question and then he actually like made his own point. Those crazy guys. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.